you grow over time and you realize that, at least for my case, growing over time, it's much easier to just tell people what you believe and what you think as
Yeah,
opposed to starting with a label. Because when you
most
start to
people.
quickly go into like what you believe and compare and contrast, you kind of skip these little, I guess you could say, faults that come with the identity of whatever it is
Oh yeah.
itself.
Well, in an organic friendship that flows as it goes. Of course, we don't actually just be like we don't introduce ourselves in an organic situation, being like, "Hey, hi, I'm Bob. I'm a carpenter who likes who is a father, a brother, and I go fishing. I'm a fisher. Like I like they put all these labels together. Like we don't say that we learn about certain things that we do and are just by like sharing things with people. Um, but I think when I guess what I mean by roles in the perspective of society, I like I said, I mean it in the sense of like it's almost like tools to help us, guidelines to help us. When somebody doesn't know what to do with like and who they are and who they want to be, it's a good stepping stone to try to figure out who you are and what you want to be by like trying on different hats. It's like what outfit do I want to wear? What clothes, what shoes, we figure out it's like, hey, somebody who like a teenager or a kid who's trying to figure out trying to grow, a 16-year-old who's trying to grow and be like, "Hey, what kind of hats do I have? What kind of like options do I have in society to try to like be something?" So that's why so many kids like, try on different like, scenes like, I know growing up there was the emo kids, the scene kids, like the popular kids. There's cliques. People are trying on different identities. That's why like different personas, like it's just another thing. And some people can really get into playing up a persona, because they don't know like because they're just trying it on. They're just trying to figure out, hey, do I like this? Do I like this? Is this me? This is the closest thing to me. And like I said, it's like um maybe you don't see it this way. Maybe this is just not how your brain works or how you go through life. But a lot of people, it's just a helpful thing. For me, to be honest, I never really liked labels. I never really liked being defined. I felt limited whenever somebody put a word on me or whatever. Actually, in my experience growing up, it was more so like people just kept putting things on me to wear. And I just kept being like, I don't want to wear it. Stop putting like shit on. I just want to be free. I just wanted to wear what I wanted to wear. But like I didn't want the name brands or whatever you want to call it. I guess in this metaphor, I wanted to make my own clothes in a way. Like I wanted cuz none of it fit me. Like it didn't fit me the way other people wanted it to fit me. And I was just over here like, "Hey, I don't want I wanted to be like, this is custom made. I want this custom made. I want this and this and this, but like I couldn't find an identity that actually spoke to me. I tried on many different hats, and to be honest, like none of them was like. I feel like we're all a collage. We're all a collage, and that is the collage of us. Like if you zoom in, it's all these different separate things, but then when you zoom out, you see our face, like our actual face, our bodies, our embodiment. And then though that's what the identifier is like these small little things, and then when you zoom out, that's us. And like it's more so like, but like I said, that's what. But I feel like as though it's like the rules in which society, and the rules in which we have in society, and like these little labels that we have does help us, but it can also hinder us. I guess I'm just trying to explain to people like, hey, like there's ways to use this tool in very positive ways, and there's ways to use this tool that can really be weaponized to really affect somebody negatively. Um,
Let me point out some things.
sure.
Um, so what you're saying, like just now, doesn't that give some validity to the idea that I said
Yeah, it does.
just a bit ago that you, I don't really necessarily believe that anyone can identify as anything until they're like, their late 20s
Oh
or
yeah, yeah.
early
I
30s.
agreed with you there, but
Yeah.
like it doesn't like I guess what I'm saying the caveat is like, hey, you're saying that, but it's also like you can't stop people from trying on the hats, because like when you're
Oh,
young,
I'm not trying to, obviously.
well, I guess I know you're not, but I guess what you're really trying to say is like, hey, the things that you're trying on and wearing is not your actual day-to-day outfit and not solidified until probably around 30s or 50s, which I agree. Like you're gonna not know, you're gonna be confused. I'm still working on that shit. I'm 27. I'm still like,
Allow me to take it a bit further.
yeah.
Perhaps this is my perspective, my experience as this theme of this podcast. I didn't realize that people were so hooked on this idea of appealing to authority till recently. It wasn't a regular thing for me in the past for me to listen to people tell about their lives or want to explain something rather in a YouTube video or even on a campus or even my teachers for that matter, where they would start with this, and this.
Hmm.
Because it seems that we're so hooked on this idea that everyone has to prove themselves or we don't want to believe what anyone says that from where I'm coming, I don't need to for anyone to tell me that they're a father and for them to tell me what they think about raising children to have any validity given to whether or not what they're saying about children is true. And you're going to run into this a lot where
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying there.
unless you're like in a position of authority on something, people just don't want to hear what you have to
Yeah,
say.
I don't like that
You have to
either. Yeah, I don't like that
you
either.
have to identify as something before people will listen to you for
Hmm.
some reason.
Which is why,
This
like
is
I said,
where
this is the tool that a lot of people use, like in societies. Like, hey, I'm a doctor. I'm a doctorate, so that means whatever I say has more validity than somebody who didn't even finish, like high school, doesn't have a GED. No, I get
where
it.
one doesn't necessarily have to do anything with
Yeah,
another,
exactly. Yeah, I get it. It's
right?
it's like there's people who, that's what I'm saying. It's a tool. Like it can help you. If it can help people, it can be weaponized. It can help you in ways that can hurt others. Where it's like another, it's a grasp for, like you can use it as a way to grasp for power and status, like putting on an identifier, putting on a nice I don't know, Gucci slides or whatever the fuck, for putting it on these Gucci slides or whatever, metaphorically, and being like, hey everybody, I'm wearing Gucci, I'm better than all y'all, like, you should respect me because look at all this bling I got. uh that's essentially like what a lot of people do. It's like, I'm a mother, so I have every right to like this and that. I get it. um though I will say, like, yeah, like there's certain aspects of being a mom or being being a specific thing, like I don't know, an EMT person, where they can put in some insight that other people's can't. That is true, sure. um but that doesn't mean you should use that status that you have to basically beat down other people's opinions and say, we shouldn't hear you out, we shouldn't listen to you, we like, actually you should just stop talking. Like, that's really messed up to try to use your, I guess, quote unquote status, upper status, of knowledge or insight on something because you have a specific identity, right? And try to censor other people, saying that they don't have a right to speak on something just because they're not that thing. You know what I mean?
Well, let me
But
ask you a question.
but then, oh wait, so hold up, I'm gonna be a little goofy here, but isn't that very similar? I'm gonna play devil's advocate to those people who try to usurp the mom role when just because they have puppies or doggos. Like, I don't know, man. Like, you really try, like, yo, we need, like, there's some gatekeeping. There's some gatekeeping there. That's just like, I think you shouldn't be calling yourself a mom. You should be calling yourself a mom if you only have a dog. Anyway.